Imagine you're Aladdin, you've been given this magic lamp, you rub the lamp and a genie comes out and gives you a wish. You could ask for a fit and healthy body and you get that. But somehow you lost in translation the part that a fit and healthy body means having aesthetic muscles and the abs inside your head. Now you're stuck and think that the genie didn't really do its job as well as you wanted it to, and now you're not completely happy or satisfied. But the truth is, you just didn't tell the genie exactly what you wanted. Today's generative AI systems are actually that genie. It can literally perform magic for you. To most people, AI is just another tool. They don't see it as something that can magically grant any wish they have. Okay, now you're going to say, Javish, that's a stretch. AI can't magically grant any wish you have, can it? I challenge you. Tell me what you want and I'll show you how AI can make it happen for you. I'm only this confident because I've got it to grant any wish of mine and I'm going to show you how. Let me give you a quick example with the latest used ChatGPT for astrology trend. Here's a bad prompt. My birth details are 7:05 a.m. on the 23rd of November 1999. Can you do an astrology reading for me? Good prompt. I was born at 7:05 a.m. on the 23rd of November 1999 in Kolkata, India. Here is my D1 chart from a North Indian birth chart. Ascendant Sun in Scorpio 1st house, Mars in Ketu in Capricorn 3rd house, retro Jupiter and Saturn in 5th house Aries, Moon in Taurus 7th house, Rahu Cancer 9th house, Venus in Virgo 11th house, retro Mercury in Libra 12th house. My Rahu Mahadasha started in 2019 and is till 2037, and currently I'm in Saturn Antardasha from Jan 2025 to November 2027. Use Vedic astrology to make predictions about my coming year. Today is 23rd November 2025. Try this prompt with your placements and tell me the difference in what you get from ChatGPT. If you don't know your placements, go to my YouTube channel and watch my video on how to read a birth chart. It will teach you how to read it. My own prompts for astrology too span multiple pages with every kind of pattern and detail you can imagine. I like to control all the parameters in my reality. AI assists me in that. But here's a distilled structure that you can follow when talking to AI. Output, what you want. Constraints, what it must avoid or include. Taste, examples, style, references, what good looks like. We are at the stage where we have access to multiple genies. ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, DeepSeek. Pick the genie you like. Let's take ChatGPT. Our first step is to tell ChatGPT what we want. This is the most important step. It's not a couple of sentences. You have to tell ChatGPT everything that is in your head exactly. When I'm dealing with any of the AI tools and want exactly what I want, my prompts span pages and pages of detailed essays. So here you've got it. Thinking about what you want gets you 25% of the way. Thinking deeply and clearly about what you want gets you 50% of the way. Writing clearly and in detail is what gets you 100% of the way. The most important skill being writing. We are entering an age where people are disregarding our existing education systems. New skill-based academies and schools are showing up everywhere. Everyone's saying education is going to be hyper-personalized in the future with AI tutors adapting to your style of learning. While all this is fine, I do think the most essential skills in the world are still going to be thinking and writing. I think the future of the world belongs to obsessive thinkers and intense writers. Now, I have OCPD, obsessive compulsive personality disorder. I operate in extremes whether I like it or not. But you don't need obsession. You need a daily practice of depth. I'll try showing you the way. First, how to be an obsessive thinker. I love how the world is flipping on itself completely. Everything that was a core value in regards to education and work a decade ago needs to be re-evaluated now. What does it mean to learn something? Is it about having more information? What does it mean to work hard? What does it mean to be productive? Is it about doing as many things as you can do? Do you still suffer from productivity guilt when AI does all the work for you? Or do you suffer from anxiety thinking the AI might mess your work up and not do things perfectly? All important questions to think about. Cultivate the habit of thinking hard by being by yourself and going down rabbit holes. Ask question after question, no matter how dumb the questions get. No judgment. Just awaken your inner child. Get to the depth of something. Elon talks about first principles thinking a lot. Feynman spoke about the Feynman learning method. Look that up. During my college days, when I was learning physics, my teacher spent days asking us to define what length is. Or when I was learning math, we spent days trying to answer the question, what is a tangent? And we didn't find a rigorous definition that satisfied us, which is okay. What's important is not finding the answer. It's thinking about and articulating what the right question is. The next part is about being an intense writer. Write deliberately and intently every single day. I spend hours on my phone's notes section. Any thought I have might either make it on X or an expanded essay on it exists in my notes. People get annoyed when I send long messages, but I prefer writing down everything that's on my mind, which is why email is also my preferred form of communication. Instant messaging is impulsive and is the antithesis to well thought out writing. To be honest, I actually prefer emailing poetic love letters to the girl I have a crush on rather than sliding into their DMs, but that's a story for another day. There's no trick here to writing. You don't need to spend time reading books on how to write well or spend countless hours on grammar. Sure, it would help, but what's really important is getting to the flow state of writing your raw, unformed thoughts and spitting it out on a screen. I prefer paper, but you do you. The grammar and writing style helps when you're trying to convey your thoughts to a particular audience. Reading extensively helps here. Many Indian technical tracks overweigh exams, memorization, relative to reading writing synthesis, and I hate that. When we're applying to the college in the US, you're required to take the SAT. It's divided into math for analytical reasoning, writing which tests you on grammar, and your essay writing skills, and the most important section, which is critical reading. Other than the fact that most people who don't take the SAT are already under-equipped with a college student's vocabulary, they just don't develop critical thinking skills. I speak to people in India who tell me they have to study for exams and have to memorize things and sit for tests. I had to take very few tests in college when I was studying in the US. It was all project based, where I was building projects, making and giving presentations, and writing long papers where I was graded on my thinking and writing. Do you know what was the most important and hardest class I took in college? It was Introduction to Latin American History. Our professor wanted us to read multiple texts, watch a bunch of movies, and write carefully thought out papers every week. I would get an A or an A plus in all my math, CS, and finance classes. But here I was struggling with a humanities class, which definitely breaks my superiority bias of a technical education and makes me believe that the next generation of world changers will be liberal arts majors and people who have studied the humanities, because they will be better equipped to think deeply and write well. Just look at Alex Karp for that matter. He runs one of the biggest tech companies in the world and runs it beautifully without studying any tech. In fact, he studied philosophy. If you read his letters to the Palantir shareholders every quarter, you will realize what it means to think sharply and write well. In fact, what he's doing with the Palantir fellowship is a step in the right direction, and I recommend any ambitious high schooler to apply to it. And if you're asking me what you should study in the AI age, I am definitely not going to tell you to study CS like I did 10 years ago. If you're my younger sister and reading this, I'm sorry that I convinced you that your life is going to be over if you don't learn how to code. I'm going to tell you to spend 4 years at a liberal arts college and study the humanities. I'll make a case for the humanities later, but for now, try and spend time like an autodidact and read widely in the humanities. Read history, philosophy, literature, learn languages, and engage with interested communities on Reddit. Maybe write essays and ask AI to grade them for you. I've heard of groups like the New York Philosophy Club that are great for engaging in-person discussions. Not sure if there are equivalents in other cities. Try and form these communities if you have it in you. After that, if you still have time, come and write on Substack. If you do everything I asked you to above, you're already going to be more prepared than anyone else to survive the AI age. You know how to think better than anyone else, ask the right questions, explain your thought process by writing well, and pick up subtext and nuances from even AI writing that feed your thinking loop. I want you to think about all the questions I have raised in this essay and think deeply about them. Maybe even leave an opinion or two in the comments. This piece was about cultivating the most important skill in the AI age. My next piece will be about how to use AI and your newfound thinking and writing skills to build companies, learn skills, manage people, lead teams, and how to talk to a computer. Until next time, bye.